Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our holiday virtual event. Today, we've got some special pups on. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. A couple people are running a little bit behind, but I'm sure they'll jump on. If I have to skip them on the list and then come back to them, we will. But we'll just get started so that everybody's got their Christmas Eve. All right, so we're going to get started today with Brody and Peaches. I'm going to spotlight them. What I'm going to do is, because last week people were asking about different views and things. So this week, I'm going to leave it on the gallery view here. So you can actually watch all the dogs while we're on. And what's going to happen is as I go in and switch on and spotlight, I'll spotlight the dog. They'll come on. And then we'll go back to gallery view while I speak in between. And then we'll, you can keep an eye on the pup you're here to really see. All right, so let me get started here. Some more people in the waiting room. Give me 1 second here. All right, we're gonna get started with Brody and Peaches. Let me just spotlight them for everybody, and then we'll get going. Oh man, there's more people in the waiting room. Hold on here. Every time we get ready to start. All right. All right, guys, here is Brody and Peaches. We'll get started with them.
Can you hear me? No.
Yep, you're good to go.
Yep. Okay. So this is Peaches. She's about 3 months old, about 7 pounds. She came up from South Carolina on Thursday night, late on Thursday night, and just settled right into everything. I'm so sorry. Can you see her now? She is super, super sweet. She loves kids. She loves playing with other dogs. She loves to give kisses. She's the lickiest one out of the trio. She's doing pretty well in the crate. She kind of whines and barks a little bit at first, but within 5, 10, 15 minutes, she's settled down and she sleeps through the night. She is mostly paper trained. She does use wee pads a lot, and she tries really hard. Sometimes her aim is a little off, so paper towels are definitely a must and a good cleaner. But she does try, and she loves she likes going outside, even though it's much colder than she is used to. She did go outside this morning for about 15 minutes and romped around with her little Christmas sweater on. But we wanted you to see her. Here she is. She looks like she's going to take a nap. She looks really comfortable. And then over here we have Brody with those gorgeous eyes. Brody is Peach's brother. He's also 3 months old and about 7 pounds. He's really similar. He's a snuggler. He's the one who comes up to you and wants to be picked up and wants to snuggle. He's also mostly paper trained, does really well in the crate overnight, and is good with kids and other dogs also. I think I have my son, not the dog, in the video. So sorry.
It's okay. You're up for adoption now, kid. Sorry, you didn't know this. Happy Merry Christmas.
All right. Did I cover everything?
Yeah, you did. They're okay. Puppies, they're still learning, guys. So you just have to be aware of that. Sounds like they're pretty much on their way to being potty trained because they're paper trained already. That's fantastic. That's really good. They're cute, they're adorable, and look, there's a family photo right there. That could be your family. So he's sleeping. Got the right idea.
Incredibly bored by this whole process.
Oh, look at those eyes though. Oh, gorgeous. All right. Well, yeah, guys, if you have any questions today, what we're going to do is we're going to throw them in the chat. So if you have any questions, use the chat feature. Like our app team coordinator here, she just used the chat feature to let us know that their mom came up a while ago and was adopted. She weighs about 25 pounds full grown. So that should be about their size. They should be around there. And yeah, if you have any other questions, guys, you can throw them in the chat. We have app team coordinators ready and standing by to answer questions. If I see it pop up on the screen, I'll try to answer it while I have the foster on the screen. And with that, we'll keep going. That was Brody and Peaches, guys. They're gorgeous. Definitely set up a meet and greet with these little guys with their little Christmas stuff on. All right, we're gonna jump over to Colt, Mercury, and Cranberry now. Give me 1 second. And I just hit the wrong button. That's on me. You guys continue to watch Brody and Peaches. There we go. All right, guys. Here is Colt with his back to us. There's Mercury on the couch, and I'll let them introduce Cranberry.
Okay, so we will start from biggest to smallest. Right here, we've got Colt. He is about 7 years old, about 55 pounds. He is the sweetest, loveliest little thing, well, big thing. He just likes to cuddle up on the couch and go to sleep. He will just find himself the fluffiest spot to lay down. He is completely crate trained. He cries at the door when he has to go out. He is such a good boy. He is getting better with his, I can't think of the word, but like with sitting and all of that stuff. But he's still not there yet, but that's okay. He is great with cats, shows them no interest, does not care. Great with other dogs. As you see, I've got my 4-year-old here, plus I've got 2 older ones, and he is great with them. We've had no issues with him at all. Then you've got Mercury back there. She's the one eating that bone over there. She is about 2 years old, about 45 pounds, and she is just a little firecracker. She's got quite a bit of energy, loves to play with the other dogs, also crate trained, cries at the door when she has to go out, loves Nyla bones and all those types of things. She's probably going to jump off and try to get that. But so there's Mercury. And then this is our newest little member. She came up Thursday night. Her name is Cranberry. She's about 6 months old, about 20 pounds. If you are looking for a cuddly pup, it is Cranberry. Move out of the way, let everybody see. So Cranberry, literally you climb up on the couch and she just jumps up and just wants to snuggle with you. She loves my daughter. So again, she's 4, great with kids, great with the other dogs, but definitely more of like, as you can see, she's up on there and she'd rather just kind of hang out on her own with the kids and snuggle up with somebody. She is still learning how to use the bathroom outside and how to let us know that she has to go out. She just came up Thursday, so she's still getting the run of our house and how things go. So yeah, that is Cranberry. She does sleep in the crate at night, but she is a puppy still, so she does have to go out often. So yeah, she's still, like I said, she's moldable. She's still young and can easily be trained for what you want to train her for. So yeah, that's the 3 of them: Colt, Mercury, and Cranberry. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. And that's it. That's it for us.
And if everybody's watching right now, underneath the chair, there's a cat, and that cat is going after Colt's tail as Colt's wagging his tail, and Colt doesn't care. So,
Yeah.
Are they cat friendly? Check.
Cranberry and Colt are amazing with the cat. Mercury, she wants to play with the cat. The cat doesn't want to play with her. So, we've got
it happens. We don't all get along. It's all right.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, that is Cranberry, Colt, and Mercury. Definitely set up a meet and greet with these lovely guys. Any questions? Use that chat feature and go ahead and post it there. Let's go back to our gallery here so we can see what everybody's up to. There's all the pupperoos. Everybody's dancing around playing right now. All right, we're going to jump over to our next presenter, who's going to be Fern. Let me find Fern on my list and we'll get started. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Oh man, the game is off today. Let's try that again. There we go. All right, guys, here is Fern.
Okay, so this is Fern. Fern just came up on Thursday, so I've only had her a couple of days. Fern is about 5 months old. She's a very active, resilient puppy. She's about 25 pounds. She loves toys. And she is resilient because she loves people and loves dogs after being injured by a group of dogs. She went over a fence. She got herself into a little bit of a big scruffle. And so she's here healing and getting better. She was vetted and she's doing much better. She is sweet. She's loving. She gets along with all other dogs that she's encountered. She is very affectionate towards people. She has not shown any aggression with toys. You can take them away from her. She wants them back, of course, but you can take it away. She doesn't show any aggression with food. She walks well on a leash. I'm absolutely shocked that she can tolerate going outside in this weather from being down south. I can't tolerate it, but we go outside on the leash and she does very well. So we've been going outside for quick, short walks, and she wants to stay out longer than me. So we're working on getting our business done a little faster in this very, very bitter cold. But she is just an absolute love. She's sweet, and she has about medium energy, and she has gotten along in an outstanding way with all the other dogs that she has encountered here. And she is saying hello. She has a voice. She is teething, so she does need to chew on things. She's got plenty of chew toys. And we're trying to keep her more calm and not so much running around so that she can heal. And that's pretty much that about Fern. Any questions?
Guys, yeah, that's Fern. As you can tell, she's got some energy there. She wants to play. The other dogs clearly want to play. You can hear them off screen. But while Fern is healing, we have to make sure that she stays separate so she can heal
Well,
up.
they're here, but they just aren't allowed to actively,
Oh,
play with her.
well, they're very good then.
Yes. Rennie, you'll see later. He is in the crate until he comes out.
Okay,
and then
perfect.
we'll put
All right.
Fern out.
Well, guys, that is Fern. Any questions? Definitely throw them in that chat. And we'll jump over to our next presenter. Let me go back to our gallery view here for everybody. All right. So our next presenter is going to be Dingo. Dingo is actually upstairs in my house. So I'm going to jump over to Dingo for everybody. And then we'll get going.
Hi, everybody. This is Dingo. As you can see, we're showing you the secret to taming the wild Australian dingo, and that is the belly rub. She is 11 months old and 32 pounds, and just the sweetest little off the couch she goes, sweetest little puppy ever. As you see, she is very good with children. She loves other dogs, does very well with them. She likes toys. Remember, she mouths you, you put a toy in her mouth and you tell her, no, we don't allow that, right? Puppies have to learn. She has some typical puppy behaviors, but really she's a very easily redirected girl, as you can see. I would say she gets the concept of the house training. We had maybe one accident day one, which came up on Thursday, but that's normal. And then other than that, she seems to get the concept to go outside as long as we offer her the chance to go regularly. She sleeps like a sweet little angel in her crate. And in the morning when she wakes up, she will just lay there quietly and wait to be let out. What else with you? You like food, right? Oh, she loves peanut butter. No. Don't let her mouth you. See, you got to learn. Puppies have to learn, right? I don't know about cats for her, but she does bunk in my room with a rabbit and he doesn't really move around too much. And she will sit and quietly watch him and has not made any effort whatsoever to get over there and check him out. So possibly a cat. I figure if you can live with a rabbit, you can probably hang out with a cat. But that's it. She's got fabulous ears. She would not wear her Christmas hat I bought for her for this, but we tried. And that is a little cough, everybody. She actually had a cough at the shelter. She is on medication. Today is day 6. She's no longer contagious. She's with my other dogs, no problem. We're treating her. That's nothing to worry about if you want to adopt her. That's something we'll take care of and we're in the process of doing. But that's the dingo. There she is.
All right, guys. Yep, Dingo has only been up here for a short while. but she is very cuddly and a lap dog. She also likes to try to play kangaroo. She will go on her back legs and she'll use her front legs as like boxing while she's playing with other dogs. It's very funny to watch. You think she's a boxer. We tried to get a video of it the other day, but she stopped right when we took the camera out. Go figure. Just like a typical kid. Kid's doing something cute, try to get a video of it. But yeah, guys, that's Dingo. Obviously kid friendly, dog friendly. Great with all my dogs. I've got 6. So yeah, set up meet and greet right in the chat. All right, we're gonna go back to gallery view here. All right, so that's the Dingo. Now we're going over to Jack. We're gonna spotlight Jack for everybody. Give me 1 second here to find Jack.
There's Jack. Wait, there's Jack. All right, there he is.
There he is, the little guy.
There's Jack. So here is our Jack, properly named because he's a Jack Russell Terrier mix. We've had him. Where are you? There you are. We've had him about 3 weeks. 3 weeks today is our anniversary. He is a very, very playful pup. He's about a year old. He has been absolutely mind-blowingly learning commands and playing and has been practicing fetch. He absolutely loves when he gets something right. His tail is nonstop. He's just extremely, extremely happy and eager to learn. And he's giving me loads of kisses right now. That's his other favorite thing to do. Sleeps in his crate wonderfully. He, again, like the woman before us just said, he waits until we kind of get up. We're up here early during the week, but we kind of get ourselves ready first before we take him out of the crate. And he just sits there and waits. And then once we let him out, he is so happy. Lots of snuggles, lots of kisses, lots of tail wagging. We've taken him on some trips to our folks' house. He sits great in the car. He pretty much sits next to my daughter in her booster seat. He's wonderful with kids. He adores my daughter. We have 3 other dogs. He's great with them, wants to just play with them, gives them kisses. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Merry Christmas Eve. He is absolutely, we've just learned so much about him. He is oh, sorry, baby. Very smart dog. I always say he needs some type of agility training because he goes in and out of legs and he catches toys midair and he jumps up super high. He is, hi, there you go. Wonderful with treats, wonderful with food. I just gave him a big bowl of food, took it away from him while he was eating it. Not even a budge at all. He's just a really good dog. Outside, that's where he goes to the bathroom. His accidents are minimal. If there is any, it's human error, meaning we just didn't let him out. But 95% of the time he goes to the back door, lets us know if he needs to pee or poop. He would spend all day outside running in the yard and playing with the toys and picking up sticks and bringing them to you. He's great. He's just a very, very loving pup. And that tail never stops, ever. He's just so happy.
Never goes down, never gets scared.
There he is. That's Jack for you guys.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's Jack. I do have one question for you, and nobody asked about it in the chat, but when you take him on car rides, how long are the car rides normally?
Oh, they range. We've done about a 20-minute. We did a 5-minute. We did a half hour. Even when I picked him up on transport 3 weeks ago, he was wonderful. He loves the windows open, which I think most dogs do. He just wants to, he's that dog that puts his nose outside and sniffs the air and just observes everything. And yeah, he sits really well. He's really good in the car, which surprised me because I thought he wouldn't like it as much. Oh, you want to go out? See, he's very good. Goes right out and grabs the ball.
All right, perfect. Yeah, guys. So Jack is about 12 pounds. Esther put that in the chat. So yeah, that's Jack.
I think he's been deemed the low rider, right?
Yeah, he's a low rider. He's got those short little legs and he runs really fast. And he's low to the ground.
Oh, boy. Ready? You want to do it again? Good job. He's so smart. And when he brings the ball back, he's besides himself with happiness. So cute. Like, I got it right. Oh, switching it up to the bone.
Very nice. All right. Well, guys, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat. Definitely. This guy is cute and he's got some energy ready to play with whoever. So yeah, definitely. Might be a good pet for a family with kids that wants to go
Oh,
outside and just run around.
definitely.
All right, let's go back to gallery view here. All right, guys, there we all are. All right, we're going to jump over to our next presenter, who's going to be Holly. Give me 1 second to spotlight Holly for everybody, and then we'll get going. All right, there's the gorgeous Holly wearing her little sweater.
There we go. This is Holly. Holly is a boxer mix. She's about 5 years old and she's about 40 pounds. She's absolutely a love. And she's very tolerant. As you can see, she happily will sit here wearing her sweater. She loves to give paw. She knows commands. She enjoys bones and chewing on her bones. She's a very well-behaved dog, and she's very well house trained. She doesn't ever have accidents. She has to go out. She's easy. She's an easy pup. You know, she just wants to kind of hang out with you. She loves her people, and that's all she wants, is to hang out and be around her people. She's affectionate. She has become more affectionate every day. She seeks out people. She seeks out attention and affection. And that's all she wants. She just wants to sit with people and be loved and give her love. And she's got a lot of love to give, and she just wants to find herself a nice home that's quiet. She doesn't like a lot of activity and a lot of noise. And she would love to be the only animal in the house. She has had problems with dogs in the past, so they do scare her a lot. So she does better with people, and she loves her people very much, but she's not so fond of dogs. They make her a little bit nervous. Other than that, she's perfect.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, Holly is great. She was definitely in a situation similar to one of the other dogs that was on earlier, where she was attacked by another dog. So she's a little iffy about other animals right now. That could be a long-term or a short-term thing. We don't know. You never know. It's like people. Everybody's a little different, so you never know. You don't want to label them. So if you ever do decide to get another pet, if you do decide to look at Holly, if you have another pet, it's definitely something to try out, see what happens. That's why we do meet and greets. And we come to you, or you come to her, or whichever you guys are comfortable with. So we try to work it out. But if you're looking for a Netflix and hangout dog that wants to hold your hand, that's Holly. She'll sit there with you. She'll give you paw, and you guys can sit there and just watch a movie.
Yeah, the love. She'll put her face in your hand. Oh,
See, she's a mush. Boxers are like that. That's how boxers are. Boxers are very, very mushy dogs.
yeah.
So
Oh,
as
she
you can
just
tell,
showed off her tooth.
she is. Oh yes, yes. She has one snaggle tooth right there that sticks out, which is adorable.
cute.
But she's just looking at Gail saying, "All right, let's cuddle now. Let's relax." All right, guys. Well, that is Holly. Definitely don't pass her up. Definitely set up a meet and greet, meet her, see how everything goes. If you do have another animal in the house, just have a meet and greet, see how it goes. You never know. Sometimes dogs just mesh with other dogs. Sometimes they don't. I've got 6 in the house, and it takes work. It's not all just on your P's and Q's. Sometimes it's just watching the dogs, reading the body language, saying, okay, time for a break. But with that being said, we'll jump to gallery view here so everybody can see everybody. We can all wave, say hi. Happy holidays. All right, and we're going to jump over to our next presenter, who's going to be Teddy today. Let me just find Teddy for everybody. Oh, and just FYI, there was a question about Jacko in the chat earlier. Jacko will be logging on hopefully here in a few minutes. I don't know who wrote the message. I have to go back. But I just heard Jacko is trying to get on. So hang out for a few more minutes, and hopefully he'll be on, and then I'll throw him up there for everybody.
Thanks.
But right now we're going to go to Teddy. Let me just spotlight Teddy for everybody. I lost you, Teddy. Where did you go on my list? Here we are.
We're right here.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
There
So
he
this is Teddy. He just arrived on Thursday and he is settling in so well. He is being pretty calm right now. He, is sort of a mixed bag. He can be very energetic. He likes to run around. But he also, once he's got his energy out, he can be very calm. Obviously he's being a very good boy right now. He is mostly potty trained. He will dribble a little bit when he's super excited, like if somebody new comes in the house, but for the most part, he knows when to go. He'll let you know when he needs to go outside, and he has not really had many full-fledged accidents. He had one accident right when he first got in the house, and then that's it. He has done all his peeing and pooping outside. He gets along well with other dogs. He definitely wants to play with them. So if you have a dog that, doesn't like that, he might be a little intense, but for a dog who wants to play, they would be a great match. He is super sweet and submissive. Let me see, what else should I say? He has not been tested with cats, and he also has not been around kids. I think he would do great with kids. Again, maybe slightly older kids, because he is super friendly and he hasn't quite mastered not jumping yet. But he's very gentle and submissive. I think he would make a great family pet. He would definitely need a little bit of exercise. Somebody who can help him get some of his energy out. But he is such a sweetheart and a total love. Yeah, he's been settling in really nicely. Is there anything I'm missing about Teddy?
No, you nailed it. The only other thing is Esty put in the chat that Teddy is about 26 pounds and
Yep,
about 2 years old.
Yes, and I don't know if he's a shedder. So far, he's a little scruffy looking, which I think is absolutely adorable. We have not seen any evidence of him shedding, but we don't really, hey, Teddy, stay in here. But we don't, feel comfortable saying that he's not a shedder. But we've, he doesn't seem to be shedding, but again, we don't know for sure, but he is a total sweetheart. Hey, Teddy, stay in here.
And very smart. Figured out how to open those doors already.
Yeah. Yes, definitely working on that. Teddy, come here. Come here, Bubba.
All right. Well, that is Teddy, guys. Definitely. He looks like the regular the pound dogs. When you go to the
Yes.
pound and you see dogs, he's one. He's a mix of something. But
Yes, exactly. He's
definitely gorgeous.
a mix
great
of everything
coloring.
good.
All right. So let me go back to gallery view here. That was Teddy, guys. Any questions? Definitely throw them in the chat. All right. Oh, look at little Belle up there. We're going to get to you, Belle. Don't worry. All right. So our next presenter is going to be, man, I always mess up this. Moshi and Ophelia. I think I said the name right. Well, the foster will tell me.
You got it. It's been about
All
5
right, I
weeks.
did it. I did it. I've messed that
Only
one up so
5
many
weeks.
times. All right, let me just spotlight them for you guys and we'll get going.
Okay, so this is Moshi. He's
Mushy
been
Moshi.
with us. Moshi, yes. He's been with us for 5 weeks now. He is, Ophelia's trying to give him kisses. He's approximately 12 months old, 40 pounds. Breed is unknown, but a lot of people are saying he's got a Saint Bernard face. Let's see if I can get his face in here. There we go. He was found as a stray, infested with fleas and underweight. And since he's been with us, he's gained about 10 pounds. So he's no longer a skeleton. He's nice and healthy.
Ooh.
He gets along great with other dogs. He's not cat tested. He loves toys and bone marrows. He's super affectionate. He will jump up on me and give me kisses. If you're looking for a dog to lay on the couch with you, he is that dog. He is crate trained. He will go in on command, and he doesn't make a sound until usually the early morning when he's had enough, which is usually time for me to wake up anyway. He is not fully housebroken. He's just about there. He has accidents here and there, but for the most part, he's pretty good. He will go to the back door and stare at the back door to signal that he does have to go out. He's a very calm and chill dog, but he also loves wrestling around with the other dogs. So that's Moshi. And this is
Also-
Ophelia.
Also, Moshi's already got the mask on. So if you have a secondary job where you're a superhero on the weekends, he can go with you. He's ready to go. He's already masked up.
Okay, and this is Ophelia. She's giving me lots of kisses. She's been with us for a week now. She's approximately 2 years old, 40 pounds, so she is fully grown. The breed is unknown, but she definitely appears to be part lab. She is very energetic. She's definitely got puppy energy in her. She likes to jump. She does seem to be guarded with males, I've noticed, with my husband and my son and somebody who came to the house yesterday. But after feeding her a bunch of treats, she quickly warms up to the males. But at first, she initially does a lot of barking, but again, with lots of treats, she quickly wins the love of them over. She gets along great with the other dogs. They all play outside and wrestle around. She's not cat tested. She wants to, sorry, move around. She's not cat tested. She loves toys, bone marrows, treats, and food, of course. And as you can see, she loves giving kisses. She is house trained. She's only had one accident since she's been with us, but I really think that's at my own fault. She is crate trained. She does not go in on command, but once you hold a treat or food in her crate, she will happily go in, and she could honestly stay in the crate for 12 hours at a time if you let her, and she does not make a sound. So that is Ophelia.
Right, yeah, that's Ophelia. Very affectionate. If anybody knows Ophelia, is that Hamlet, or is that which one of those poems or things is Ophelia in? It's in one of them.
Oh, I'm not sure.
She was a lover in that too, if I remember correctly. But that is Ophelia and Moshi, guys. You got your superhero Moshi and you got affection Ophelia. So definitely set up a meet and greet with these two. Gorgeous, gorgeous little ones.
Say hi.
Yeah, she got her little jingles on.
Yeah, we had
Alright.
antlers on Moshi, but of course he would not keep those on. He wanted to chew them up.
Because superheroes can't be heard. They have to be silent.
And
All
happy
right.
holidays, everybody.
There we go. Yes, happy holidays. All right, let's go back to gallery view so we can see what everybody's doing. There we all are. All right, so our next presenter is going to be Royce, guys. Let me just spotlight Royce for everybody. Let me just find Royce here on my list. Where did he go? I just had him. There he is.
Hey, buddy.
All right, guys, here is Royce for everybody.
Good morning, everyone. This is Royce. He is, best guess, a retriever hound mix. He's about 2 years old, 60 pounds. 60 pounds of kind of like just a tall frame. He's not super stocky or hefty. He's just kind of a tall, lanky guy. Royce, come here. He has been helping me clean up all the crumbs on the floor the last couple days with all the baking and cooking for Christmas. So we've had Royce with us, blows my mind, for 7 weeks at this point. He's a great, great dog. We've learned a lot in 7 weeks. He came to us, we think, as a stray with no house manners and was counter surfing and really had to be supervised 100% of the time. The first week we had him, while he learned how to go to the bathroom outside and not to steal things off the counters and not to eat our shoes and what dog toys are. And in this time, you can see he's really learned a ton. So he does not take really hardly any training at all. I just the other day taught him how to lay down, in about 5 minutes. So he's super, super smart. Very treat motivated. He'll do anything. If I have treats, you can see he's waiting patiently. Paw? Paw? No, I know. Paw? Good boy. He is, I would say, 99% housebroken. As others have said, it's usually human error. You know, when it's my watch, he's always going outside, and I see that he like will whine and cry at the door. He doesn't bark when he has to go out. So if my kids are in charge, once in a while, there'll be some piddle by the back door because no one's letting him out. That's not really his fault. He is crate trained. He does get crated at night and when we leave the house, just because he is still learning, you know, earning our trust as to what to chew and what not to chew. But it really has been a couple weeks since I've seen him chew something that he shouldn't have. And really it just takes a quick redirection of, you know, don't take that, take this instead. He responds very quickly and well to correction. He is good with kids. He's great with older kids, but I have tested him with little kids as young as 2 years old. And he's very gentle and sweet. He just doesn't seem to always know his size. So with supervision, he's great with little kids. You could tug this guy's ears. You could pull his tail. I mean, I hate to say it, but my friend's son kind of like whacked him in the face a little bit. And, you know, he really is very, you can take anything out of his mouth. You can take his food from him. So there's really, I don't have any concern in the 7 weeks we've had him with any resource guarding, aggression. He thinks he's a 60-pound lap dog. He wants to sit on our laps on the couch. He's very snuggly. If we're just like on a chair, he thinks he can fit there. You know, he's just kind of he doesn't always know his size. So if there are little kids in the house, I don't worry about, you know, like nipping. It's really just sometimes he's not like an excited jumper, but he's a 60-pound dog. So, you know, just be careful and mindful. Great with older kids, great with people. He loves everybody he meets. He loves dogs. We did learn at his last meet and greet that he really either needs no dog or a playful dog because they had a senior dog. Royce, come here. Come here, Royce. And the senior dog didn't want to play with him. And he just could not understand why in the world that dog didn't want to play with him. So, you know, it was just a little bit too much for that other dog. So great with dogs. If they want to play with him, he is moderate energy, so he does have some exercise needs. He likes to run around in the backyard. He likes to play with our dog. We also have a cat and a guinea pig. He is good with our cat, but my cat is also older and she really doesn't want anything to do with him. So he kind of like will chase her once in a while and she just runs away. But they're all out and about my house right now. The cat is in the other room. My dog is in the other room just because they won't stop wrestling this morning. And our guinea pig is right over here, pretty like open. He just comes and watches her from time to time and says, hey, what are you doing in there? But there's no prey instinct. He doesn't want to eat anybody. He's just a playful guy. And he needs a little leash work. He's strong. And it is a very busy time of year. So we've kind of focused on household manners and not all the leash work. But like I said, he learns so fast. He's a very affectionate, eager to please dog. I can't believe I've had him for so long. I thought he'd be scooped up weeks and weeks ago, but we do love having him. And, you know, I guess that's Royce. I don't know if I missed anything. He's just super smart and he's a very happy dog. Right, buddy?
Nope, you did great. You hit all the cues. Royce, guys, he's a great guy. Likes his booty scratches.
Yes,
But
he does.
you know, I mean,
and
for
he's so
when it comes to
soft.
lap dogs, they should be 50 pounds or more. Because if not, how do you keep warm? I
Right?
mean, 60-pound lap dog sounds perfect. Now I am a
He's an
280-pound guy,
excellent
so
snuggler.
280 pounds versus 60 pounds is kind of makes a difference when you're a kid, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
lap dogs should be 50 pounds or more. The little ones, that's like a cat. You gotta have like 10 of them to stay warm.
Yeah, and there's no shortage of pictures on the Last Chance Facebook page of Snuggly Royce. He's always like just kind of snuggling on the couch with us if he's not playing with the dog or chewing a bone. He does have, I didn't mention, he does have like high chewing needs. So we do go through a lot of toys. He loves Nyla bones, marrow bones, things like that. But if he's not playing, he's probably chewing on something and like decompressing. So keep that in mind also.
Yeah, that's a golden retriever behavior, guys. So if you've ever had a golden retriever, they chew a lot. So it's constantly chewing. So that's probably why he's got some golden in him.
Yeah. And he's not a big barker for a hound. You know, he does have a voice. He barks here and there, but he goes in his crate nicely. He's in there all night. He doesn't bark unless he really has to go out, you know, and do his business. But more or less, he's not, we're on a very high foot traffic road, people walking their dogs all the time. Come here, Royce. And he kind of just observes and watches them. He'll chase the squirrels and birds a little bit, but he's not like barking his head off. So he will bark from time to time, but not like a typical hound. Sometimes they can be pretty boisterous, but he's a gem.
All right, guys. Well, that is Royce. Definitely set up a meet and greet. If you have any other questions, throw them in the chat. We're going to go back to gallery view here. All right, there's everybody again. So our next presenter is going to be Rennie. Let me just spotlight Rennie for everybody. He's also in the house with Holly and Fern. So let me just spotlight them for everybody.
Yeah.
And I messed that up because I was supposed to go to Jacko, so I apologize. So we'll go to Rennie and then we'll go to Jacko. Apologies, guys. So here is Rennie.
Okay, so here's Rennie. Rennie's just enjoying a little belly rub right now. There's his face. Rennie's a very good boy. Rennie is about 3 years old and he's about 25 pounds. He's small, but he can keep up with my bigger dog. He likes to play with my bigger dog. He's also very gentle with my older senior dog. And he gets along beautifully with Fern, who is still behind, in the crate chewing on a bone. But Fern can't play all that much, so we try to keep Rennie and Fern separated when they're not actively chewing something or, you know, busy. They can't really roughhouse or anything, but they would love to play with each other. Rennie is very well behaved and has beautiful house manners. He seems to be mostly house trained. We've had very, very few accidents. I've only had him for a week and it was early on, so I don't think he knew the house and he really didn't know what to do. Now he knows, he goes to the door and he goes outside and that's great. He actually enjoyed going outside today for a walk in the backyard with me. I didn't enjoy it. It was very cold, but he didn't seem to mind the cold nearly as much as me. The dogs were really just very accepting of it. And from dogs that came from the Carolinas, I would have wanted, you know, to be in my warm house, but they were willing to stay outside longer than I was. I wanted them to do their business and let's get inside. He loves to play. He plays with all the toys. He loves to chew on bones. He eats well and he has no aggression. He has no toy aggression. He has no food aggression. He's just a playful puppy. Well, not a puppy. He's 3 years old, but he's playful. He's enjoyable, and he's gotten along with everyone that he has met. He's great with all the people he has met.
And he looks like a little miniature German Shepherd.
Yeah, he has this awesome beard.
He's a little like a miniature mix between a German Shepherd and some kind of, I can't think of the other dog off the top of my head right now, but yeah.
Yeah, but he has this awesome little beard.
I
I don't
see the
know.
beard.
Yeah, yeah, it's just adorable.
You'll catch up one day, okay? I've got the beard right now, but you'll be there.
He's working on it. He's working on it, but and he's just a sweet guy, and he's very easy, he just hangs around and does his thing. Come here. Come here. Okay, bring it with you. Come here. Come on. Here he comes.
He dropped it.
Yeah. Come here. Come back.
He's like, no, I'm gonna go here on my bed.
Yeah. And Fern is saying hello.
Fern's like, I want to play. Let me out.
Yes. She's ready to play.
All right, well, guys, that is ready. Definitely doesn't want to play right now. All right, we're gonna go back to gallery review. So if you have any questions about Rennie, definitely throw them in chat. Or if you're looking to meet 3 dogs in one, definitely go to Gail's house. You've got Fern, Holly, and Rennie all together. All right, let's go back to gallery review for everybody. There we all are. All right, so we're going to jump over to Jacko now, a little out of order. They finally got on, so we can go over and see this little cutie. Give me 1 second to spotlight him for everybody.
Hi.
All right, guys, here's Jacko.
This is Jacko. He is a very good dog. He is house trained. He's crate trained. Jacko crate. Crate. He goes in there and sits. He loves other animals. We have a cat and he's really good with the cat. He has a lot of tricks. Come here, Jack. Jack, sit. And he is a little food aggressive, but we've been working on that and he's getting better. He does tend to bark at other people, but he is very well at like coming back. Like he won't, if you tell him to stop, he'll stop. But he's just a really good dog.
We've had 2 other fosters and he's been amazing with both of them, big or small. He's like best friends with both of them, very gentle with little ones. He's great with little kids. They can, hug him and pull his ears and touch his face, but he just, when it comes to the food aggression, he forgets his manners and he will go and bark and like kind of sniff. Like so that's the only thing I would say. If whoever gets to keep him forever is going to have an amazing dog. But like if we're loading the dishwasher, for instance, he likes to like maybe lick the plates, and then he's nipped at one of us before while we're in the middle of that, if it has to do with food, but he just kind of forgets his manners. So if we teach him gentle, he then goes right back to being the amazing, loving dog that he is. So I just say somebody with whoever takes him, with just as long as they know the knowledge of that with the food, and if they have small kids, that the kids maybe like 8 and above or something like that, they'll totally understand to stay away, but other smaller kids might not understand that. But that's but otherwise, I mean, he's so gentle with little puppies and other little kids. I've seen 5-year-olds go and hug him around the neck, and he just closes his eyes and lets them hug him, and he hugs them back. He's really super cute how he snuggles into the smallest bowl as possible and sits next to you on the couch. It just melts our heart. How big is he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I don't know if he's 50 pounds, maybe. We've had
6 months old.
He's 6 months old. We've had him for maybe 5 weeks now too. I can't believe we've had him that long, but it's just given us a little more time to spend with him, which we've enjoyed. And it's gonna be hard saying goodbye, but he's active. He'd be great with like somebody who loves to like go places and go like hiking or to the beach or something like that. He's just like really fun taking him out. He's great to go get, to walk and get you out and doing stuff. Oh, in the morning he can stay in his crate until like 9:30 and he sleeps through the night in his crate. He's not going to wake you up early to, just to get you up. He's fine with sleeping in. he loves his crate. Even with the door open, he'll go in there and go to sleep. Anything else you can think of? I don't think so. He has these big gigantic ears, which are so adorable. Even though we have the large crate, they still stick up through the top of the crate. And when he lays down and sleeps in the crate, his ears pop out the side. It's really cute. Yeah, he rolls over and gives belly like just all the time. Like if an animal comes up to him or a human, he just like rolls over and gives his belly. Like he's just so sweet. He has two different color eyes, which is gorgeous. And it's very cute. He really loves getting his face touched and pet, which just melts your heart too. Like if you're sitting with him, he like covers his nose under the blanket a little bit. And if you start touching his face, he'll just close his eyes and go to sleep. It's so cute. I think that's all we have to say for now.
Hey guys, Jacko is a great and smart dog. A couple weeks ago, we had Fantastic Gardens where we met Santa, and Jacko was there. He was very eager to make friends with everybody in the place.
Yes.
He was there was people, there were kids, there were other dogs, tons of other dogs. We were in a very confined greenhouse space. So Jacko was very friendly with everybody. There was people there, other vendors that were cooking food and things. Jacko was very great with them. So he did a fantastic job. He took pictures of Santa, no problem. Very smart.
He did. He was a great poser with you. He earned a big bone.
He
just sat right there
did.
to pose for the picture.
Santa gave him a very big treat when he was finished because he did such a great job.
Yeah.
So definitely set up a meet and greet with this guy because he is super, super smart. And when it comes to food issues, there's ways to train that. We actually have a dog in my house that's kind of a resource guard when it comes to food. So we feed her in her crate. And what we do is we feed her there and then we leave her in there with her bowl after she's done. And then we let the other dogs just walk around freely. And then she's gotten the hint. And now she eats freely with everybody else. So there's ways to work with it, guys. So don't let that scare you. It's a very minimal thing to deal with when it comes time. So when a dog is as smart as Jacko, there's nothing they can't learn. So definitely set up a meet and greet, meet this lovely, lovely, lovely guy. And you won't be sad because when they're that smart, that cute with those big old ears and those different color eyes, you're gonna be walking down the street and people are gonna be walking up talking to you all the time, asking you questions. All right. Well, that is Jacko, guys. Definitely set up a meet and greet. Any other questions? Throw them in the chat. Let's go back to gallery view here for everybody. All right, there we all are. So our next presenter is going to be Sterling. Let me just spotlight Sterling for everybody, and then we'll get going. All right, here we go. There is Sterling, and look, wearing a festive bow.
Yes, so this is Sterling, my first foster. So if I miss anything, feel free to interject and jump in here. But so Sterling just came up on Thursday night. So I'm in Nassau, so she really didn't even get to me till Friday morning. So we're just getting to know each other, but as you probably saw, she's been asleep through most of this on my lap or just laying on my lap. She is a complete cuddler, lap dog. First thing in the morning, all she wants to do is cuddle into you and kiss your face. She's been sleeping in her crate. She slept very well the first night, but last night she was a little upset that she didn't get to cuddle with everybody in bed. But once she fell asleep, she was totally fine for the entire night, slept through the whole night. I have two other dogs here. She's absolutely fine with them. She watches them, she'll walk up to them. She's not so interested in playing with them yet, but she has no problem being near them, being close to them, sitting next to them, anything like that. My other dog was here for most of this, right next to her. They were totally fine. She is not quite housebroken yet. However, I am going to say I was at work for most of the day yesterday. And when I opened the door to let her outside, she seemed terrified of the wind, which I don't blame her. It was very windy out. So I think that she'll learn very quickly. She already knows, like by saying no, she knows not to go in certain areas. She knows come here. So I think she'll learn to go outside and tell me when she needs to very quickly. But she's about 10 pounds, so she's itty bitty tiny. Would be the perfect dog if you work from home and she could sit on your lap all day. She'd be thrilled. Take her to the office and sit with you all day, because all she wants to do is absolutely be close and cuddle. And that's it.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's Sterling. And just to speak on the a lot of the dogs today, as you've heard, have were in the process of house training. So when it comes to the shelters down south, I don't know how many of you are familiar with down south. I'm actually from there, so I can definitely speak to it. A lot of the shelters out there are not indoors. They're outdoor shelters, like carports type deal, with lots of crates stacked up on a cement floor. So a lot of them are kill shelters down south. So they're not really in the business of training the dogs. They're more, you just go in here, and if you go to the bathroom in your crate, that's on you. And then they just hose it down when they're done. So a lot of the dogs do come up here needing to be house trained because they've never been in a house before. That's another thing with Southerners. We like to get dogs and then have them be outside dogs with a little house outside, which if you've ever known dogs, most of them don't like that. So a lot of our dogs have to be house trained. A lot of them have to be done, and all the fosters work very hard on that, because that is the first thing we all try to do, because nobody wants to adopt a dog that's not house trained. We get that. So we work very hard on that. So I applaud all the fosters out there that do work on that and do speak on it, because it is very hard to do. And we try to do it in such a short time too, because if we don't move the dogs as quickly as we do, then dogs are dying down south because there's just not enough room. So we do our best, but sometimes some dogs do need to be adopted before they're house trained. And we give you tips on how to do that. And we also have other support out there to help. But don't pass up on a dog just because they're not house trained. House training is the easiest thing to do when it comes to animals and pets, especially when you have a dog that's so loving like that. She's so cute. So yeah, definitely if you have a pet on here today and you've seen one that you want and they are in the process of being housebroken, don't let that sway you. Definitely go meet them, because housebreaking is not a hard thing. It's one of the easier things to do with dogs. I know the chat is blowing up right now. Let's try to read a couple really quick before I jump over.
Yeah, I saw a question about barking. I have not heard her bark, unless I have one dog who is completely a watchdog and likes to sit and look out the window and bark at anybody that passes by. She will bark a little bit if my other dog starts barking, but I haven't seen her initiating barking on her own. And I do not have a cat, so I don't have any information on cats yet.
Most of the times dogs the same size as Sterling, which is like a Chihuahua size, 10 pounds or so. They're normally pretty good with cats for the most part, because they're the same size. So they look at them as an equal for the most part. And if you have a bigger cat, like I used to have a cat that was pretty fat, and I have a miniature Schnauzer. And when they were side by side, the Schnauzer was like, "You're the boss, cat. You're the boss." So yeah, definitely set up meet and greet. If you want to cat test and you want to go through that process, we can definitely see what we can do after the holidays. Yeah, definitely look at this little guy. I call them guys. I don't know if they're guys or girls, so don't let that fool you. Look at the apps, look at the pages. But yeah, cutie with the bow on, ready to go. Definitely set up meet and greet. The bow is almost as big as her. All right. We're gonna go to gallery view now for everybody. Give me 1 second. There we all are. Everybody's playing. Oh, look at Ophelia and Mushi there playing. All right. So our next presenter is going to be Mayor. Let me just spotlight Mayor for everybody, and then we'll get going. Let's see. Where is Mayor on my list? Okay. Mayor is on my list, but not in the chat, unless I'm missing you. If you're on, Mayor, definitely speak up now. Okay, we are going to skip over Mayor. If you want to check out and know information about Mayor, go on to the Last Panch Facebook page. and you can read about her there. We're going to go to Belle, guys. Belle is a little cutie that just had surgery not too long ago. She's doing fantastic with her recovery. I saw pictures and videos the other day of her running around playing. And it's a great thing to see, especially after all the stuff she had to go through to get to that point. But there's a little cutie there with her hair growing back nicely. Here is Belle, guys. Oh, just make sure you unmute yourself. Don't worry, I do it all the time. At least none of you guys can see me though, because I'm behind the screen.
Hey, can you hear me?
There you go.
All right. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Good morning. This is Belle. You guys had asked that she wear a Christmas hat or something, and yeah, this is what happened to the Christmas hat.
She said, "I'd rather eat it."
Belle, Belle is not a fan of the Christmas garments, so we're now playing tug of war. Yeah, Belle had surgery. She had 3 large bladder stones taken out and removed. They were ginormous. We had a fundraiser going for her. I'm sure you guys were inundated with requests for money for her, but yeah, she is really healed up. She's doing great. She's fully housebroken. She is crate trained. There's her crate. We leave it open for her. She's in and out. Oh, and for those of you, I know you're from the South, but for everybody saying, oh, these little Southern dogs aren't used to the cold. Well, I'm in Durham, North Carolina, and it's 11 degrees out right now. So some of these Southern dogs are used to the cold. However, the difference with Durham is we're going to be about 60 on Friday. So that's the difference with these Southern dogs, is they do get these cold spells, but they last 24, 48 hours. So
you guys get tons of ice in that period too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did. Everything kind of flash freezes because yes, we had rain for 2 days, and then it went down to like 10 degrees last night. And they don't treat the roads. So when we get ice, it closes the city. So we all get a day off, and snow, half-inch of snow will close the city down here too, because they don't treat the roads. They're not used to it. Because
I remember that when I was in school. It was awesome. I was like, yes, we got like an inch of snow. I'm out of school for a week.
Except now they do virtual school. So you're just aging yourself. Well, anyway, Belle is wonderful. I'm trying to get that. Come here, give me the hat. Give me the hat. Hold on. Give me the hat. Give me the hat. It's stuck on her foot. All right, never mind. Keep the hat. She is 7 years old. She came from a little bit of neglect. She had some ingrown, her back toenails were grown into her back pads. That's fully healed. Like I said, she had 3 bladder stones. Those were removed. She's fully healed. She does very short little walks. She's got little tiny legs. Come here, come here. Come here. She's also vocal when she plays tug of war. That's one of the, we're not worried about her. Come here, it's stuck on your paw. I know, it's stuck on your little footy. She's vocal when she plays, but she's not, like I said, that's just her being vocal. That's just her being vocal. She's not a threat at all. She's a wonderful dog. She's so low maintenance. She enjoys walks very much. She really does. She has a little hip dysplasia on both sides. They had x-rays done. So she's on a little pain med. She takes Novox once a day to help with the hips. And, we did ask about surgery, but they said she's not a candidate for surgery because it's just, unfortunately, hereditary. So it's a typical thing apparently for the little dogs with these little legs, because we don't know what she is. When she has all her hair in, she looks like a Sheltie, but now without her hair, she looks like a little bit of a corgi. So let me see if I can get her up. Come on, baby. Come on up.
She's a mogwai. That's what she is. She's Gizmo. She's a mogwai. That's what she is, guys.
Yeah, exactly. She switched. She's got it wrapped around her foot. She switched to the other pillow. Come for a walk. Look at her dragging a little hat. She's wonderful. She lets us know when she has to go out. She's crate trained. She doesn't make a peep in her crate. She's wonderful. She is so low maintenance. She really, really is. She is so low maintenance. We have no problems with her whatsoever. She is a baby doll. She follows you around the house. She just wants to be with you. She wants to be at your feet. She wants to watch a movie. She doesn't mind the cold at all. I mean, like I said, it's 11 degrees, and she'll stay in the backyard. I'll have to call her in. She likes to just roam around the yard. She's good with dogs and cats. She's good with my chickens. She's good with people. We haven't had any kids over, so we don't know how she is, but she's just such a joy that I don't think she'd have any problem with kids. But she doesn't take long walks. We go basically halfway down the block and come around and come back. She does, you know, she has quite improved in her walking since we had the bladder stones removed. All you could see, just the pain relief is tremendous for her getting those stones out. But the hip dysplasia, she just doesn't last long because of that. But other than that, it doesn't bother her. She's just a wonderful dog. She's playful. She, like I said, she lets us know when she has to go out to pee. She lets us know when she wants to eat. She's a grazer. We keep the food out, so she only eats when she's hungry. That's it. I can't say anything more about her. She's so wonderful. We really, really are enjoying her.
Now, guys,
And
she's gorgeous.
she is. She's little. She's lost about 10 pounds with us, so she's down to about 30 pounds. So I think she could use maybe a little bit more, a couple of more pounds to help. And that has also improved with her walking between the weight and the surgery. She's just fabulous. She really is a great little dog. She doesn't like Christmas hats.
Yeah, and her and Belle and the last Pepperoo there, Sterling, they are both about the same size. They're both small dogs.
Yeah,
small spectrum. They're under 15 pounds, and they're very low to the ground. So they're maybe 7 to 10 inches high.
oh my goodness.
So yeah, maybe the ears maybe 12 with those ears.
Yeah. I think she lost about 5 pounds when we shaved her hair. We had to shave her because she was matted. Again, she came from a situation of neglect. Her owner had passed away, and they found her in the house with 2 other dogs. The other 2 dogs were adopted out, but they thought she had a UTI in the shelter, so they treated her for the UTI, and it turned out that they treated her, but they hadn't vetted her. So when we got her, that's when we found out. We thought she still had the UTI, but it turned out she had the biggest bladder stones I think my vet said she's ever seen. She had 3 of them. It had fully crowded her bladder. She literally had no room for urine. So she was a hot mess when she got here. And even through it, her tail didn't stop wagging. She was just nothing but face licks. She was, through all the pain, she was just the sweetest thing. So she's 100% better now. She really is. And yes, Esty, right. Belle's about 30 pounds. So she's a little bit higher than 9 inches too.
You hide it very well there, Belle. Ooh.
She does. She's working on her girlish figure.
There you go. 30 pounds. That's too heavy for you, Belle. You got to get down to like 20. You couldn't move there for a while there, so that's okay.
Yeah. And she's a lap dog. Did I mention that?
No, but we can see that.
Yes.
So guys, if you're looking for a very special dog, that's a Mogwai that you can definitely cuddle with, that does not like to wear a Santa hat.
No.
I'm very disappointed in you, Belle. I'm wearing my Santa hat. You should be wearing yours. But definitely set up a meet and greet with this cuddly one, guys. I can't say enough about her. She's great. I can't believe she's gone through everything she has, and she's still as chipper as she is. So set up a meet and greet. Definitely see her in person. Get some snuggles from her. Pet her. She looks so soft. And yeah, with that, we'll jump over to our next presenter, who's going to be Misty. Let me just jump over to the gallery view here so we can see everybody. There's Mushi and Ophelia still playing. All right, let me just find Misty on my list and we'll get going. All right, guys, there is Misty laying on the dog bed with her cool little scarf on. That's awesome.
Hello. Good morning. This is Misty. Misty is a lab mix. She is 4 months old. She's about 20 pounds. She loves her toys. She knows I have treats in my pocket.
Come here, come sit. It's stuff on your dew claw. Come here. All right, hold on. All right.
Good girl. She is crate trained. She sleeps through the night in her crate. She is working on house training. She's very good about going outside. She gets along great with my other dogs. There are 4 dogs in the house with Misty, and she's just a love. She just loves to play. She loves people and dogs, loves all her toys. Come here. You want to go a little closer to the camera? Come here. Come here. Oh, there you go.
Come on, Missy, you're doing so great there. You were on the bed laying by the presents. It was like a photo moment.
Hey, say hi.
There she is. Look at her. Gorgeous, guys. Come
Okay.
on, look at that. Got the little handkerchief on. She's like, I want to go on the bed. I want to walk around.
Your toys. Your toys.
Missy seems like a medium-sized dog. About how much do you think she weighs? You just picked her up.
She weighs about 20 pounds now.
Okay.
So, but she's 4 months old. You're a good girl.
All right. So 4 months old should probably be about 60 pounds, 50 pounds, somewhere around
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
So that's one of the scarves that the ladies from the library made for the rescue dogs.
Oh, it's very nice.
Yeah. So they
You
would
did a
drop
great
off
job.
there.
Look at that thing. It's nice.
Yeah, it's adorable. So are you happy? I know you hear the other dogs. I put one of the other dogs in a crate so that she could be here on spotlighted all by herself rather than with the other pups in the house. Right? Where'd you go? You went out of the picture. Come here.
Missy, this is your spot to shine. You got to sit there. There she goes, a little tail wagging and all.
Want to sit down? I'm out of treats. I don't have any more treats in my pocket.
Very food motivated, guys. Definitely looks like she's got some kind of lab hound in her. Clearly put the now she wants to play. Gorgeous. Look at that little puppy behavior there. Definitely, if you're looking for a puppy, guys, there you go. We've had a couple on here today, but never hurts to meet them all and then go from there.
Say goodbye. Say bye-bye.
There she is. She got little socks on too. A little white feet.
Oh, you're such a good girl.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
you
giving
are.
kisses.
Thank
Well,
you.
guys, that is Misty. So cute. All
Good
right. All right, we'll jump back over to gallery view. Anybody out there looking to ask questions, throw them in the chat for our gorgeous Misty here. There we all are again. All right, let's see who's next on my list. I've got Raymond. Let me just spotlight Raymond for everybody. Oh, look at Raymond wearing his little Christmas vest.
This is Raymond. Yes, he's wearing his Christmas pajamas, getting ready for Santa.
With the legs too. I
They're a
love
little
it.
big on him.
It's
'cause he's
okay. You'll grow
definitely-
into the Raymond. You'll get bigger.
Yeah, he could use to gain a few pounds for sure. So this is Raymond. He is a about 2-year-old hound mix. And he is just a super, super sweet boy. Very quiet in the house. He doesn't, I don't think, we've had him for about a week. I don't think I've heard him bark, even when my 2 dogs are going crazy because some neighbor has decided to, okay, yeah, lick the camera. That's very good. Has decided to walk by our house. He really doesn't bark. He is crate trained. He is, I would say, 90% house trained. He's had a couple accidents, but I'm going to put that on me because the first 5 days or so, no accidents. And so I've gotten maybe a little lax and I missed a cue here or there. So, but he's really like 90-95% there. He gets along great with my other dogs. He definitely knows how to read the room. He knows my grumpy older dog doesn't like to play, so he stays clear of her. And he plays with my younger dog. So he's really good that way. Sometimes he chases his tail. He doesn't jump up. He's very, he's a pretty mellow dog, I have to say. For a 2-year-old dog, he's quite mellow. He loves to just sleep in the sun. The first day we got him, he found the sunny spot on the floor. There wasn't a bed there, but he just loved the sunny spot and he just laid in it. It was very sweet. He's definitely food motivated. You can see, well, you can't see because he's got his pajamas on, but you can see his pelvic bones. He's a skinny one. So we're trying to fatten him up. But he is definitely food motivated. Leave that alone. And so that's a good thing. He'll get to his weight, but you just have to be aware in the kitchen, leaving stuff on the counter. He will tend to, sort of surf the counter a little bit. So we're teaching him that that's not okay. And he's getting it. He's gotten a lot better in the week that we've had him. So he's learning, I would say he's learning how to dog. He doesn't, when we first got him, he didn't really play or anything. But now this morning he was feeling very frisky and he was playing with one of the toys. It was very cute. It's like a stuffed animal with all the stuffing out of it, so it's very limp, and he was whipping it around and it whipped into the Christmas tree. But he was very good. He didn't go get it in the tree. He waited till we got it out of the tree. I don't know how he is with cats. We have not cat tested him. But because he's so chill, I just don't know that he would have any problem with cats. He's friendly with everybody. He's not afraid of anybody. He doesn't like the vacuum, but that's about the only thing I've found that he's doesn't like. And I think that's it. That's Raymond. Good boy. Good boy, Raymond.
And that is Raymond, guys. He is very cute. I love that he's wearing his little PJs there.
Yeah.
And he's definitely a snuggler. Essie just wrote in the chat, Raymond is about 36 pounds and 2 years old, just if anybody out there is wondering size-wise. But yeah, those hounds, man, they all love the sunshine. We've had so many fosters that have been hounds in the past, and they will find the sunny spot in the house and they will just lay there and soak it up. And I have one of my own foster fails, and she goes outside and she just lays on the back patio and she just lays in the sun for hours during the summertime. It's amazing. But yeah, that's Raymond. So we're going to jump back to gallery view. All right. So that is currently all of our dogs. There is one that's trying to jump back on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the floor to any of the adopters out there right now. If you are a potential adopter and there's a dog you would like to see again, let me know. I will put them back on center screen. And if you want to unmute yourself, you can ask any questions. Normally we don't do this because it gets a little bit overwhelming because everybody unmutes at the same time. But for now, we'll do it because this is a special event and I'm feeling in the Christmas spirit. So we'll give it a shot to see how it goes. So any potential adopters out there, you can unmute yourself now and ask to see any of these lovely dogs that are still on. I know there was one in the chat earlier asking about Teddy. So I'm going to throw Teddy back up really quick while we wait to see if anybody else. There's that gorgeous little
Hello.
Teddy bear.
Teddy had a lot of energy right in the beginning of our session, but as you can see, he has decided to take a little snooze. And he also, we think he's a terrier mix, but he has also found the sunny spot. I saw that someone had asked, I guess I woke him up. Hey, Teddy. And someone had asked about cats. I have not tested him with cats up. He's coming to say hello. He's definitely very, very friendly, very sweet. I don't have a cat, and I don't know any of my neighbors that do. So I can't, if we wanted to do a meet and greet, that would definitely be a possibility. You asked about Adaptable. He has done really well in just a short period of time coming into the house. He got his candy cane toy. I I think he would do really well. You know, any dog's going to need a certain amount of transition time going into a new situation. But you know, he seems very happy here. You know, he's felt like he's made himself at home just in the last 2 days. I think he would, you know, do great in a new situation. You know, I think he would do very well with kids because he's very gentle. He does need to learn about jumping. He's done well on the leash as well. You know, leash manners are something that, you know, he would need to work on a little bit, but you know, in the many fosters I've had, he grasped the general concept of walking on a leash really well. Obviously needs to work on pulling and stuff like that. Does anybody have any questions specifically about Teddy that I could answer for you?
Hi, so sorry, mine has a few glitches. But you said he's still having accidents in the house, or he's pretty trained, or?
He is pretty trained. He got here on Thursday night and he had one accident and that was it. And you know, as soon as you know, he had the accident, he still had his leash on, so we you know, took him right outside and he finished his business, and he has not had an accident since then. When he did just get neutered very recently, so when he's gotten very excited, he's dribbled just a teeny tiny bit. We're talking like drips. But you know, I think once he's fully healed, that's something that will definitely improve probably in a couple of days. But otherwise he's not, you know, having accidents or peeing or pooping, doing like a full pee or poop in the house. He's done. When you take him outside, he pees right away. He knows he's supposed to go outside. He poops outside. He knows he's supposed to poop outside. He has not had a full pee or poop in the house since that, you know, first moment when he came in the house, right off the transport van, which was probably pretty stressful for him.
Does he know to let you know, or if he needs to go out, or just?
We've been taking him out fairly regularly, but he will let you know if he needs to go out. But we haven't really had a situation where, you know, it's been so desperate that he's had to go, because we've been trying to make sure he gets very frequent potty breaks.
Okay, sorry, one more question.
Of course.
Do you know anything about, is he okay in a car? Because he would be in a car a bit with us. Quite a bit.
He did well in the car, on, you know, just coming from transport. He did, you know, want to sit up front, but you know, I had someone else with him in the back seat, and he, you know, calmed down after a couple of minutes. Keep in mind that in that car ride, he had just gotten off like a 20-hour car ride coming up. So he has not really been on any long car rides yet. So I can't really say for sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, perfect, guys. Well, that is Teddy. If there's any other questions for Teddy, definitely let me know. All right, let me go back to gallery view here for a second. All right, there's the gallery view. Let's just pop over to Sterling really quick, because he's just looking cute sitting in the lap. Oh, there he is. Little Sterling. And how much does Sterling weigh again? I don't remember if I asked that earlier.
She's about 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Pretty
Okay.
tiny. Yeah.
So Sterling is the tiny one that everybody was asking about earlier. Okay.
Yeah. I'd be surprised if she's actually 10 pounds. She's so small.
A quick question about Sterling. Does Sterling ever like to kind of run around a bit on the floor and play, or mostly in the lap?
She hasn't had interest in playing with toys, but she has been following me around all morning while I'm walking around the house. She will sniff around my other dogs. We went outside on the leash and she seems very alert to the sounds around her. So I definitely think she will get playful. I think she's still trying to figure out her surroundings, so she's not so playful yet. But she does enjoy a good snuggle, if you couldn't tell from this right now.
Gorgeous. So gorgeous. All right. Well, that is Sterling, guys. Let's jump back over to gallery view really quick. And let's take a quick look at, let's look at Ophelia here. She's playing nicely. She's got a ball. What are you doing, Ophelia? Just hanging out. Got her jingle jangles on still. One of the only pups that's not really going for it, but you can't see it, can you? All right. Well, that is Ophelia, guys. Let's just go back and see what everybody else is doing really quick. Belle is just sitting there so nicely. I can't even she's like, I thought it was a video there for a second, but no, she's actually sitting there. Just hanging out. She's watching whoever's on the other side. Good job, Belle. So sweet, so sweet, so sweet. Oh, there's Mushi. He came in to have some video time. There he is. He's like, no, I really want that ball right there. That's what I want. All right, I'll settle with this. That's fine. Superhero Mushi. There he is, guys. All right, let's see who else is still on. Oh, Misty's still playing around here. Let's see what Misty's up to. Misty's playing a little tug of war. Let's see. She's doing great. Oh, she let go. All right. Let's see. All right. So that was our special virtual event today to try to help out because we did have an influx of dogs because of the holiday season. We took in an extra 60 dogs in the last 2 weeks just because they were all slated to die. They were all going to die on Christmas Eve. So if we didn't bring them up here, they were all going to be killed. So that would be 60 dogs all gone. So we brought them up. We figured out a way to divert them to all of our fosters. And now we're looking to help them find their forever homes, hopefully here for the holiday season. So if you are a potential adopter, please reach out to your app coordinator, set up a meet and greet, and go meet any of these lovely dogs you saw today. If you are out there and want to help by fostering, go to the Last Page page and you can go there and you can sign up. There's an application, you fill it out, and then we run your references, and then we can grab one of these lovely dogs from down south that's slated to die, and you can foster them in your house until their forever home comes. With that being said, guys, I appreciate everybody that came on today, all the fosters that came on. Thank you very much. I know it's not an easy thing having a foster in your house during the holiday season. It's very busy, it's very chaotic, but you're doing a great thing. And for all you adopters out there, thank you very much for jumping on today. I know it's Christmas Eve. Everybody's got a lot of stuff going on, but for you to jump on today shows your dedication and wanting a pup. So definitely great. So with that being said, guys, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we will see you guys next one. We have another special event coming up on New Year's Eve. All right, guys, have a good one.